How I invest is how I live. How I live is how I invest. Most people separate investing from life, but both run on the same operating system: clear thinking, energy management, self-discipline, and emotional management. 8 years of investing has shaped my mindset and my temperament, and the way I live, my habits, personality, and awareness shape how I invest. In this video, I will share how I use value investing and the barbell strategy to achieve steady, meaningful growth in the market, in personal development, in relationships, and in life itself. The Buffett side, stability and compounding. The Buffett approach forms stable, long-term core of my portfolio. It's built on patience, understanding, and discipline. I invest only in business I truly understand, companies with moats, consistent cash flow, and trustworthy management, and hold them through volatility because I trust their ability to keep creating free cash flow over time. This side runs on the quiet power of compounding, allowing time, quality, and fundamentals to do their work. The goal isn't excitement, it's endurance. Returns come slowly but steadily, building a foundation strong enough to survive any market cycle. The Taleb side, optionality and asymmetry. The Taleb side is a black swan. The smaller, high upside part of my portfolio is built on curiosity, experimentation, and surprise. I don't go searching for black swans. I simply stay prepared and act when one appears, because black swans can be predicted, only positioned for. I take small, calculated positions in opportunities with limited downside, but potentially large upside, asymmetric bets. These are trades that won't hurt me much if they fail, but could multiply if they succeed. It's how I expose myself to positive black swans, unpredictable events that accelerate growth. This side doesn't depend on prediction, it depends on positioning. I protect most of my capital on the Buffett side, so I can take both shots on the Taleb side without fear of ruin. Dynamic equilibrium, the integration. No single strategy is complete on its own. The Buffett side keeps me grounded. It protects the compounding process. The first rule of compounding: never interrupt it unnecessarily. But if you only follow Buffett's path, you might miss rare asymmetric opportunities. The Taleb side keeps me alive. It keeps me open to change and innovation. But if you only follow Taleb's path, you might live in constant uncertainty and break compounding all the time. Together, they form dynamic equilibrium, a system that's anti-fragile, strong enough to withstand shocks, yet flexible enough to benefit from them. One side gives you stability, the other side gives you optionality. Together, they create not just a portfolio, but a living philosophy, a system that can thrive in any environment. In investing, my portfolio mirrors this perfectly. In Taleb's barbell strategy, the safe side is usually cash or short-term bonds, but my definition of safety is based on time horizon, not just risk. Short-term, SHV and bonds, 5% growth, minimal downside. Mid-term, United Health, Apple, Costco, around 10% growth, limited downside. Long-term, TSMC, LLY, NVIDIA, over 20% growth. Volatile short-term, but long-term safe. Together, these positions form my foundation, steady compounding across different time horizons. On the optional side, I keep small asymmetric plays, opportunities that can bring large gains without risking my foundation. Example, Reddit. As a value investor, I wouldn't normally buy a hype stock, but when I saw a unique setup, a short-term black swan, I acted. While searching online, I noticed Reddit everywhere on Google. At the same time, the stock had dropped from 220 to below 100. I knew it was a great chance, but it was still a growth stock, so I limited my position to 12% and held for 4 months. The result, a 100% gain. This is my version of the barbell strategy, a stable base with small bold bets when opportunity appears and collecting the coupon when asymmetry disappears. The return didn't come from prediction, it came from system design and emotional discipline. In life, YouTube optionality through creation. First, I built stability, a strong body, a solid financial base, and a peaceful, detached spirit. Then I treat YouTube as a compounding machine, just like my Buffett assets. It's long-term, slow, but cumulative. Each video is a small iteration that refines my thinking, expands my awareness, and plants a seed for future growth. And yet it also holds optionality. One video could change everything. That's why creating gives me energy. It's short-term growth and long-term optionality. Relationships, emotional optionality. Emotions used to be my weakest point because I suppressed them. But through discipline and routine, I built enough stability to take a bold step when a black swan appeared. It was brief, intense, and unpredictable, but the growth it gave me was asymmetric. That experience became my training ground for emotional mastery. I faced my deepest emotions and discovered that even in volatility, I could stay aware, grounded, and creative. Now, emotions are my strongest asset. I treat them as pure energy and message. My stability allows me to benefit from emotional black swans. Language awakening new dimensions. I used to be shy and unsure of myself. But speaking English awakened a confident, expressive, and independent side of me. It felt as though another language unlocked a deeper layer of consciousness. Now I'm learning Italian, and perhaps it will awaken yet another part of me. Each language is a key, unlocking a new dimension of who I am. Consciousness is the ultimate meta-learning tool. It doesn't just upgrade the system, it can recode it. That too might become a positive black swan, compounding while exposed to optionality. My Buffett side is consistency, my Taleb side is wonder. In every area, one side gives steady growth, the other gives expansion. Together, they make me anti-fragile. Even nature follows the same barbell strategy. Evolution balances two forces, stability and experimentation. DNA preserves what works. Random mutations test what might. Most fail, but a few create breakthroughs. Flight, vision, intelligence. My life mirrors the same law of nature, protecting the core, experiment at the edges, and let time, variation, and compounding do the rest. How to invest is how to live. How to live is how to invest. So I take every experience as training for my temperament in investing and apply mental models like compounding, circle of competence, and the barbell strategy to my life. They're reinforcing each other, creating a continuous feedback loop for evolution. This barbell system isn't for everyone. It fits me because I have both patience and curiosity, the stability to wait and the courage to explore. And I'll keep refining it because wisdom, like compounding, never stops growing. If you want better returns in investing and in life, design a system that fits your temperament, because when your system fits you, compounding becomes effortless and life itself becomes your greatest investment. In my next video, I will share the mindset that runs this system.